One.
Hi, everyone. This is real estate coach Craig Proctor. Welcome to another Craig Proctor Real Estate Show edition. Today, our special guest is Anna Lemmi from Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. Anna, how are you doing today?
I'm doing well. Thank you so much for having me, Craig. How are you?
Really good, Anna. I really appreciate you being on our interview here today. I've had you on before. You do a great job. Start off, just tell everyone a little bit about how we met and what tremendous success you've had in a very short period of time.
Yes, so I came to your half-day conference in Toronto, pretty much on my way out of the real estate industry because I was doing it for 6 years full-time, wasn't getting real results. Everybody was just telling me, do what they tell you out there, and I can't believe people are still doing it, which is door knocking, cold calling, and I was doing all of that, and not getting anything. And then I came to your half-day seminar in Toronto, and
now you found out about that through one of your coworkers, through another agent at the RE/MAX office.
That's right, at a RE/MAX office. I remember I was working late in the evening, and so was this other colleague of mine, and her name's Heather, and her and I end up talking. We were the only two people at the office. And she told me about you. And one of the things I thought about to myself at that time was, wow, like I know Craig Proctor. He's awesome. He's the coach of all coaches, the mentor of the best, agents. And
stop it.
But it's true. And I thought to myself at that moment, like, there's no way that I could actually, have a mentor like that. I'm just not good enough. But Heather's like, you know what, you should just go in and find out. So I went to your half day.
Yeah. And you drove like 4 or 5 hours to be at that half day seminar. So so everyone knows what we're talking about. I was doing a half day seminar in Toronto. So the whole seminar was 4 hours long. Anna drove 4.5 or 5 hours from Ottawa. So your drive just to get there was longer than the seminar itself.
That's right. That's
right.
And
I remember you sitting in the front row, and as a speaker, if you see somebody sitting in the front row and they're smiling and they're nodding their head in agreement, speakers notice that. We like that. So I remember you from that day. You were quite taken by the message, and seemed to be really into it. So let's fast forward to today. That's how we met. Mm-hmm. You went back home and you did this and you implemented it. And you pushed against industry norms. I'm sure you've got your naysayers, which you've proven them all wrong. And you've got this tremendous business. So let's look at what your business looks like today. So everyone understand, Anna was on the brink of leaving real estate because she was, doing all the traditional stuff that we're told to do. What's the business look like today?
Well, today I'm a proud owner of a brokerage, Your Home Sold Guarantee Realty in Ottawa. I mean, like what a difference from like on my way out of real estate to actually owning one of these brokerages. It's amazing. It's the things that we do here. I can't imagine. I can't think of why I was doing what I was doing. And I can't believe there are people still doing it the traditional ways.
Old habits die hard. Just to fill everyone in, Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty is a licensed brokerage. I have about 150 brokerages throughout the United States and Canada, just like Anna's. So when I started coaching real estate agents, they didn't have teams. I was the first agent to have a team 30 years ago. So the coaching level is for agents, solo agents. And then we have a platinum level for agents who have teams or want to have teams. And then we've got a titanium level for agents that make millions of dollars a year. You have to make over $1 million a year to get in the titanium level. And so Anna goes from coming to a free half-day seminar to joining coaching, normal, ordinary coaching, because she's a solo agent. Then she grows her team and she moves up to the platinum level. And then she's making $1 million a year. So she moves up to titanium level. And then we noticed a lot of our big team agents wanted to have their own brokerages. They were tired of paying all this money to RE/MAX or Keller Williams or whatever. So we offered that level back in 2020. We said, we're going to license the Craig Proctor intellectual property to the broker owner and all of the agents that work at your brokerage. And so very proud of you. Anna has moved right up the ascension ladder in the Craig Proctor system, from a free half-day seminar to a super conference to coaching to platinum to titanium. And now she owns a Craig Proctor brokerage, your home sold guaranteed realty. What do you like about the brokerage? Maybe we should just start off talking about SEO and how people choose real estate agents and how important just the name of your brokerage is.
Well, I mean, there's no competition whatsoever when it comes to the name. I remember, Craig, I used to work for Keller Williams. And when I'd call people and say, I'm calling from Keller Williams, they'd be like, Kelly who? Like, what do you do? And I had to spend a good bit of my conversation just explaining to them what I do. And so it's
funny. I had a friend of mine that worked for Coldwell Banker, and he'd always get that when he was cold calling. I'm sorry. What bank are you calling from again? So yeah, the name is great. I mean, we know there's lots of competition out there, and you have to have a reason to choose a brokerage. But you'll notice that the unique selling proposition, the benefit of the company, is right in the name of the company. Basically, it's self-explanatory, right? Your home sold or will buy it. This is what made solo agents successful. This is what made me successful. Many of you know my story. I was the number one RE/MAX agent in the world within 36 months of having my license. Now, understand what makes that important is not just the short time period. Is when I started in real estate, I had no anything. I had no money. I had no confidence. I had no sales experience. I knew nothing about marketing. And then you did the same thing, Anna. In 3 years, you just followed my lead. You copied the systems. You copied the marketing. And here you are at a young age, not that long in real estate, and you're having massive success. Now, if you are watching this, you're a realtor from Ottawa, Ontario. If you seriously want to make more money and work less, which is kind of rhetorical, of course you do, right? That's why we get into real estate. I say that, but on the other hand, there's agents, many agents in Ottawa, most of them would actually net more money in their pocket and work less working for you. The number one reason agents don't make a move is ego, right? It's like, I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. We kind of dig in. But if you're in Ottawa, Ontario, you should at least pick up the phone, text or message Anna. We're going to be talking about social media today. You want to follow Anna on social media. She's going to get into what she's doing. I think we all agree that the biggest battle we fight in real estate is obscurity. Obviously, people have to know who you are before they can contact you and say, hey, come and list my house. But Anna brings more than just awareness to the table. Not only does every home buyer and seller know who Anna is, they understand what makes her different, why she's different, why she's better than the other realtors. And that comes down to your unique selling proposition. How do buyers and sellers even know you exist? And what benefit or benefits if you tie it into your identity? So buyers and sellers in Ottawa know who Ann is, but they know, she's the person that will buy your home if it doesn't sell, or she'll give us an upfront guarantee. So let's start with the social media, because you were very natural with that. That's sort of how you started. You're good at it. You get better at it. Talk about how you got started and what your strategy is today and why it works so well.
So social media is where I think everybody spends a lot of time on. You've got this device that you carry with you everywhere. And I mean everywhere.
Yeah, everywhere. And, the restroom to bed, everywhere. And in your car, you're not supposed to be looking at it in your car, but yeah, it's the society is addicted to this device or devices that we have, and you know how to take advantage of that.
Exactly. And so, I learned from you that, there's so many tricks you can do. I love social media, but my social media game just went like this because of all your teachings and what you have taught us through the seminars, through all of your webinars, the many hours of just telling us how to go about navigating this. And, now, Craig, I have from agents to actual buyers and sellers, just stopping me and saying, hey, I know you, and we have those meetings and people are like, yeah, I see you everywhere. I see you on social media. I've had, so I was covering for one of our agents and I went into a showing. And this other agent, when she saw me, she said, oh, gosh, give me a hug. She was in the middle of a showing and she said, give me a hug. She's a superstar, like celebrity here. And I thought to myself,
that's awesome. That must feel pretty good because not too long ago, people didn't know who you were, right? It was, and you had to spend so much energy, like, here's who I am and this is what I do. And now to have people like search you out and strangers come in and say, hey, you're Anna, I know who you are. I see you all over the place. It's pretty cool.
It's really awesome. It takes away from, that having to, it went from like having to say, this is Anna with Keller Williams and what Keller Williams does to this is Anna with your home sold guarantee realty. And people knew who I was and what I do. And it was just a different game altogether. So, and we use social media, in ways where I think our competition is just trying to see, like, how did this happen? How did this girl from like a nobody become to be this person like on social media? And the things that we do are like light years ahead of what the industry is teaching.
It's true.
It's people that start to do social media, like they're just like, oh, how did you get that? How do you do that? It's like, you know what's interesting, Anna?
What's interesting is the things I teach and what you're doing are literally years ahead of what everyone is doing, because you'll explain what you're doing to an agent, what you're doing today, you'll explain to an agent 2 or 3 years from now, and they think it's cutting edge. Like 3 years from now, that's how far ahead you are of the other agents. Didn't it feel pretty cool when you started to get those come list me's? People like, just come and get me. Not interviewing anyone, not grilling you over your commission, just come and get me.
I mean, this is amazing. This is what we get. And, people just call us and say, hi, this is our situation. We need to sell. And there's no question. Some of them, Craig, I haven't even met in person. That's how crazy it is. I'm just like, okay, I need to do a quick little Zoom or FaceTime just to make sure you're you.
Right.
To make sure you're the right person. And it's
so these are like people that want to sell their house and then they're dealing with one of the agents in your brokerage.
Yes,
yeah.
Absolutely.
And so these, like, think about this, how involved you used to be. Like you when you were on vacation, you were looking at your phone all the time, and how involved you were in the minutia, all the details. And now you've got sellers that you haven't even met and want to do a quick Zoom. It's like, are you real? Like, because we didn't see you through this whole transaction.
It's unbelievable. It's complete like game changer. I remember just to say like how far ahead we are of the industry. I remember at the beginning of COVID when everybody thought, oh my gosh, like life just stopped. How can we show properties to people? How can we meet with people? You were there. You was like, okay, guys, no problem. We've been through this before. And, you guided us through, virtual showings. Like, I think you brought the idea of virtual showings to real estate through your members. And I was well,
there's a lot of efficiencies through that. When we couldn't meet with people, we were doing the listing presentation and buyer presentations by Zoom, and we were selling houses by Zoom. And a lot of those efficiencies stayed with us even after COVID. I mean, I think we are after COVID. Are we? Is it ever after COVID? I think
sure. We are.
All right. So let's talk about what social media channels are working the best for you. What are your favorites?
My favorite's got to be Instagram. I love Instagram, and then followed by Facebook. Those two are my go-tos. I absolutely love Meta, what they do. They're, how it's so funny, Craig. Okay. So because of my success on Facebook, I had a Meta person talk to me, advisor. And this person was telling me, my gosh, I don't know what you're doing. Like, I love what you're doing. I want to work for you. You are like, at the top of, like, I work with so many different people, different
Right.
industries, like forget about real estate, but like different industries. And what you're doing is like, I can't see it anywhere else. The results you're getting, I can't see it anywhere else.
Yeah.
And again, it was because of what you've been telling us to do with like,
That's
all
coming from the Facebook rep, the advisor. Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, we, our members hear that all the time. We're like, what are you guys doing? Because the results, Craig Proctor real estate members are getting versus other agents, phenomenal. Now think about this. When you got into real estate, you were taught door knocking, cold calling, chasing FSBOs, expireds, which you hated. Now you've replaced it with not only something that's way, way more effective, but you actually love it, right? Like you're natural in front of the camera. You've always got a big smile. You've got, positive energy. I mean, I'm sure you have your down days. I've just never seen one before. I just know that you're always pretty much in a good mood. What advice would you give to realtors that maybe don't have your like natural pizzazz? Because in the beginning, I hear as a real estate coach, from a lot of realtors that they look at you and they see all your success and how natural you are. And they say to themselves, well, I could never do that. I don't like how I sound, or I don't like how I look. How do we overcome that?
I think just do it. Just get in front of the camera, start doing it. If you don't like it, just delete it and do it again. I mean, that's how I started. I remember I would do one little video the whole day over and over and over until I felt comfortable. And one thing you say, which is so true, it's like, we try so hard to look perfect. I think ladies in particular, oh, is my hair okay? Do I look okay? So, it doesn't matter. This is you. Just embrace it, because
I think everyone has to understand. It's natural. Yeah. Okay. So I never watch my own stuff after the fact. I mean, how many of us are like, oh, I can't stand the sound of my voice? I think it's just like normal, right? So I know a lot of the big social media people, they can't stand watching themselves or listening to themselves. It's just the way it is. So, but think about this. I always say to an agent that's reluctant to start cranking out content, and we can talk about good content here in a minute and what's working the best, because it's not just about, hey, I'm Anna, I'm a real estate. We're actually providing really helpful and useful content. So people are like, wow, this real estate agent, I know who they are, but they really know what they're doing. I find this very educational. And we're making offers and guarantees that are really strong, right? If you've got a great offer, you're going to get results. If you don't do this properly, if you don't use social media properly, it might not work for you. Okay. And so we want to share with you, like, this is kind of the strategy of how this works. It's not just about being known. I said, first step is people have to know who you are, but I want you to think about this. It has to be more than just getting people to know who you are, because everybody watching this has had a friend or a relative, a family member list their house with somebody else, right? And you're like, oh my God, why does that happen? It hurts our feelings. But it's not that this friend or family or acquaintance didn't know you. They knew you quite well, but they decided to use another real estate agent. So that's why what we're building here in social media not only tells everyone who you are, it also ties a very specific and powerful benefit to your identity. So they know, oh, this is Anna, but Anna, oh, she's the person that will guarantee the sale of my home. She'll buy my house if it doesn't sell. That's how this needs to work. And the educational part, you did a really good job with like really sharing the common questions that people have, the process, which we'll get into. But one more thing on the being self-conscious. Mm-hmm. When agents are like, I don't like how I look, I don't like how I sound. Let's remember, everybody, this is how you show up at the listing appointment. Right? Like, this is how you show up when you meet with a buyer. So people are like, oh my God, I don't like how I look, or I sound, or I look old, or whatever. But this is literally when you show up at a listing. Okay, imagine if you showed up at a listing appointment and you get in the door, you're there for 5 minutes and you stutter or you stammer, you say, what are you going to do? You can, oh, wait a minute, I'm going to go back out to the front door. No, you don't do that. You just motor on, right? So it's the same. You're going to make mistakes. Okay. You're going to stutter. It doesn't matter. In fact, it actually works better when you're not perfect. What you're trying to do is you're trying to get your world to have a feel for who you are. So, Anna, when people call you, it's crazy. You never met them, like you said, never spoken, but they feel like they know you.
Exactly. It's incredible. Like that's what you want. That's what you want. You want people to feel like they're your best friend. You're their best friend, and they've known you, and they know how you operate, and they see the fun part of you. They see the real you, not just the serious you. And of course, so here's the thing: why I was able to do all of this is because you actually freed my time by showing me the right ways to market, to get in front of people without having to door knock all day long, without having to cold call all day long, right? So you save me time. This time now I can spend it on the real training as to what's happening in the marketplace, how to actually use the various technologies, various cutting edge tools to bring consumers the best possible solution to their issue, which really is guarantees and the many offers that we provide. It's like unparalleled. What we do is unparalleled to what is being offered out there. And that's why like our success has been going this way rather than, just like that plateauing.
Yeah, most agents, it's kind of the same production every year. In fact, over the last year or so, production's going down because the market's changed, right? So you keep doing this.
Yeah.
Let's talk about educational marketing.
Mhm.
Okay, so you've got an awesome guarantee. I think everyone listening to this, wouldn't you agree if you were a seller, the ultimate offer that an agent could make is, if I don't sell your house, I'll buy it. I'll give you an upfront guarantee in writing at a price acceptable to you. Then I'll market your home. If I don't sell your home to an outside buyer for more money than my upfront guarantee to you in writing, I will buy your home. That is the ultimate offer. Now, of course, there's all kinds of skepticism. I mean, some of you watching this will be like, oh, well, you're buying people's houses at 70 cents on the dollar. It's not like that at all. This is a real guarantee. Obviously, if we were lowballing people, it wouldn't work. We buy homes all the time at a fair price. But we attract people who want to move up and buy another home. And they're concerned, well, if I buy another home and I don't get my house sold, I could get stuck owning two homes. So our guarantee helps buyers be able to go out, shop, find a home they want, because it is very hard with limited inventory to find a home that you want. And they'll never get stuck owning two homes. I mean, I suppose move-up buyers could do it the other way. They could sell their home first, but because there's so little on the market, they're terrified that if they sell their home, even if they sold their home for more than what they thought they would sell it for, they're terrified to do it that way, because if they don't find another home in time, they end up homeless, no home at all. So the guaranteed sale program, Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty, solves the biggest dilemma that move-up buyers have. Okay, so we're going to educate ourselves to success. Anna's going to make bold guarantees and offers that other agents aren't making. That's why she's successful. She also educates buyers and sellers on how the process works. So, I mean, there's all kinds of questions that buyers and sellers have. We know what those questions are because they ask us these questions, like the one I just talked about. How do I buy a home when I already own a home? How do I pick the right real estate agent? How do I interview real estate agents? How do I get the best financing? What are the most common mistakes home sellers make? How do you go about creating these educational videos? And I think you also interview other business owners and leaders in the area as well to leverage off of their celebrity. So let's do the educational stuff first, and then we'll talk about how do you interview kind of famous other people in your marketplace to become more famous yourself.
Yes, exactly. It's all about leverage, right? Like leveraging your time to be focusing on things that actually matter, that will actually make your business more efficient and more valuable to the consumer. So one of the things that we do is we make little quick 30-second videos, because again, right now it's all about getting information fast. So we make these little 30-second videos or less.
Can you do one right now? Am I putting you on the spot? Do a 30-second off the cuff. Okay. Is everyone ready for this? We haven't rehearsed this. You didn't know. Okay. So do a 30-second. Okay. Roll.
Here are 3 things to look out for when you're purchasing a home: financing, inspection, and making sure that you've got a good lawyer to protect you along the way.
Perfect. So you want to find hooks, things that are people are, I found that the negative thing hooks, that's kind of like your headline, right? So
if negative hooks work really
right, better than the positive, kind of scaring people a little bit. So, so if I go live and I'm targeting real estate agents, I might say, here's the 3 biggest mistakes real estate agents that cause them to fail. Okay, that kind of scares the bejeebers out of people and it gets attention. Now, always I recommend that for those of you watching this, always start off with your hook or your headline before who you are. So most realtors on social media, they would go, "Oh, hi, I'm Craig Proctor. I'm the number 1 agent here in town with Remax Omega Realty 1988 limit." And then you've already lost them. It's too late. They've already scrolled past you. You want to start off with this, right? Home sellers. Do you know the 3 biggest mistakes that your area home sellers make and how to avoid them? Hi, this is Craig Proctor with Remax, right? Do it that way. So we give you guys models of, these are the best hooks that have been proven to work. Then you have to have a call to action. So your call to action is, well, what do you want them to do? Well, the last thing we want them to do is we don't want to drive them to a landing page or anything like that, where now we have a phone number and they don't pick up the phone and you're chasing them. So the best call to action is, call me or text me at this number or message me, right? Because right away, you're having a conversation with a buyer or seller without you having to chase them. So that's why we call this reverse prospecting.
Yeah.
Anna, you would be okay if you never knocked on the only door you want to knock on now is the seller's door. When they call you and they say, "I want to list my house," you'll knock on the door and say, "This is Anna." But actually now your team members are doing most of that.
That's right. That's right. And, we're getting, I'm very grateful to this. We're getting a ton of buyers and sellers coming to us, and we're looking for, individuals like myself that, before I learned about you, where I really wanted to make a difference. I really love the industry. I would do whatever it took to make this. And I wouldn't make excuses. It wasn't about me. It wasn't about my name. But I just needed the proper team. I needed the proper leader. And so I didn't find that team, and that's the reason why I came to you to skill up and bring this to our marketplace.
Right.
And so for me, it's we are getting a ton of people coming to us. We love helping people. We're passionate about serving people. Now we need other agents who feel the same way, who are in alignment with this amazing vision and want to contribute to this. And so that's really what we are looking for. But yeah, absolutely, we're helping buyers, we're helping sellers, and I would say, if another good video hook would be, here's why you should not be looking at homes on the MLS. Or here are why there are leftover homes on the MLS, and here's other sources where you can find homes. And this is something that you teach us all the time. How to find, it was
right. Are you tired of looking at overpriced, picked over listings on the internet? Would you like access to unlisted and off-market properties? That's a hook, right? Because now the buyer's like, fear of loss. It's like, I didn't even know I could get access to unlisted and off-market. And the buyers today truly feel like everything I see online seems to be overpriced and picked over, and the good ones sell immediately. How can I get access to these hot new listings before other buyers? Those are the offers that work. Now, let's get back to your team. If you're a real estate agent in Ottawa what Anna has here is the best opportunity you're ever going to get in real estate in the city of Ottawa, because you do nothing except for go out on listing appointments and buyer appointments. I know this sounds too good to be true, but if you were partnering up with Anna, you would do no door knocking, no cold calling. Anna takes care of all the marketing, the listing appointments, the listing leads. I want to list my house. I want to buy a house. Those leads come in. The reason Anna, because some of you might think, well, why doesn't Anna do them all? Why doesn't she just take them all? Because she can't. There's too many of them, right? She would be working 12 hours a day and then still not have left over. So she has built this marketing machine that produces buyers and sellers, buyers that want to buy and sellers that want to sell. So literally, this is what your life would look like. You would say to Anna, okay, I'm willing to work, X amount of hours every day. Maybe I want to take Saturday off or whatever. You open up your day timer, and Anna's team would fill your day timer with listing appointments and buyer appointments. Then next thing that happens is if Anna is spending this money, so it's her money she's spending, and she's giving you these appointments, she wants to make sure that you are coached up, that you are trained properly on how to be really efficient. We want you to get the listing, not come back with a story. So there's lots of coaching every week, coaching and training, the type of coaching and training that I've given Anna that we coach you up on. We give you the exact listing presentation and buyer presentation. This is not like a wing it world where you show up and you say one thing one day and another thing. No. We give you the presentation and you just have to follow it step by step by step. If you do that, you will make more money net in your pocket. We're talking net here. In your pocket, and you will work less than whatever you're doing now. I can say that with great confidence. I was interviewing a guy from Remax, and he was making about $100,000 a year. And this guy had just come through a divorce, and why? Because he's working all the time. And then I asked him, like, okay, what do you net? He goes, well, I make $100,000. I said, no. What do you net in your pocket after all your expenses? Like, what are all your expenses? Marketing, your assistant. He was spending about $40,000 making 100. Said, no, you make 60 grand. You got a divorce, you don't see your kids, and you're only netting 60 grand. You come over and you work with Anna, you will make 2 to 3 times that at least in your pocket, net, and you won't be working as many hours. You can take Saturdays off or Sunday. Well, how would I do that? Have a conversation with Anna. What's the best way for real estate agents to reach out to you and, I guess social media, obviously Instagram, right? You can find Instagram or Facebook for sure, Meta. But is there an email or a direct phone number? How would you like people to contact you?
Craig, I'll share that with you in a second. But in fact, I want to make an offer, right, to any agent looking right now who's looking to join a team. I'm willing to guarantee it. I'm willing to guarantee that you make an extra $100,000 in net GCI on top of what you're currently making, or in the next 12 months working with my team, or I will pay the difference myself. And I've said it on this show here now, so I can't take it back. But this is for real. We actually have so many people that we love serving, and when you join our team, you're gonna get the best training there is. One of the reasons why I decided to go with Your Home Sold Guarantee Realty previously, because I was with Remax and then I went with Your Home Sold Guarantee Realty. The reason why I did that is because the systems work together really well. Whereas when I was at a Remax office, I couldn't implement everything that I'm being taught to do and provide that level of service to the consumers. But yeah, so that's why I opened up a Your Home Sold Guarantee Realty in Ottawa. And the best way to reach me is by my direct phone number. So I'm going to leave you my direct phone number, which is 613-255-4442. Or you can email me, Anna@AnnaAlemi.com. Okay. And I'm happy to put that guarantee in writing. If you're serious about your success, you're serious about wanting to help people, wanting to serve people, wanting to really get that level of education and training that you deserve, that's not available elsewhere, give me a call, 613-255-4442. Let's have a confidential conversation, and I'm happy to share with you everything that I know from this amazing man here And, you know, you can actually level up as well. You can be who you want to be.
It's good. Yeah, it's not just good for Annie. It's good for
Yes.
everyone on our team. It has to be that way. If you're going to have great real estate agents partner up with you, it has to be great today. It has to be great tomorrow. It has to be great going forward for everyone on the team. Now, I want to go over that guarantee again, just to make sure you heard that right. Okay, so you're in Ottawa selling real estate, whatever you're making now, 100, 150. That's not what you make. That's what you gross, right? So I want everyone to think about, okay, what do I really make after all the BS, my desk fees, these fees, that fee, marketing, you got an assistant, get rid of all that. Forget about that. I want you to think about what you net in your pocket after all your expenses. Now, what Ann is saying, you come and you partner up with her. You're not running around getting keys cut. You're not taking pictures. You're not installing key boxes. You're not doing paperwork. Her admin team does that. This is what you are. You're a listing machine. You're going from listing appointment to listing appointment to a listing appointment. And she's going to give you an upfront guarantee that whatever you're netting now, let's say you net 100 grand a year, she's going to guarantee that you make double that. You're going to make an extra 100,000 on top of 100,000 you're making now in writing, right? Or she will pay you the difference. Okay, so if you're netting 100 now, you're going to net 200 when you partner up with Anna. It's an upfront written guarantee. Now, I want you to think about how confident Anna must be to make that kind of guarantee, not only on social media here today, but in writing with you. Okay, this is a no-brainer. Now, to be fair, there's a sifting process. She's not going to take you on and partner up with you if she doesn't believe she can help you make an additional $100,000. She'd just be honest and say, like, I don't know if you're the right fit for this. Okay, so it's not like we take everyone on. No, we're going to spend the time, because it's the time that Anna spends coaching up and training you, providing you the systems. We have to make sure that you're a good fit, that we can take you from 100 grand to 200 grand, or from 200 grand to 300 grand. We want this to be a long-term deal. So one of my top outside sales agents, my top partners, her name was Lindy Black. She was with me for over 20 years. She started off, I think when she started with me, she had her license for maybe like a year. She knew how to fill out the paperwork and not much more. And I mentored her. And Lindy was making like $300,000 or $400,000 a year net in her pocket. Now, she stayed with me for 20 years. Could she have left and been successful? Yes. But Lindy also knew that if she left me and she made $300,000 a year, it'd cost her $50,000 or $100,000 in marketing and fees to do it. So the reason she stayed with me, other than obviously my sparkling personality, is the reason she stayed with me is she made more money with the Craig Proctor team than out on their own as a solo agent. So we are going to drop in our contact information below. We'll drop in Anna's contact information. I'm going to give you mine as well. If you're not in Anna's marketplace, you're not in Ottawa, Ontario, and you want to do what Anna is doing, you should book a call with me. Whether you have a conversation with Anna or you have a conversation with me, it's nothing weird about this. It's just a conversation. It's how all good things in life start, right? If you don't like what we have to say, you just immediately hang up and keep doing what you're doing. But what if this is true? What if it's true that I've coached more millionaire agents than any other real estate coach or trainer or guru? And the reason that is I actually made millions of dollars selling real estate. As I mentioned earlier, I was the top agent in the world for RE/MAX within 36 months of having my license. And I kept being one of their top agents for over 20 years. Now, if you're trying as hard as you can, but you're just not getting the results that you want, something's got to change, right? You're just going to keep getting the results you don't want. That's why you want to have a conversation with us. Now, the way you can do this with me is you can actually book a Zoom meeting. If you go to proctorcall.com, so my name, call, C-A-L-L, no space, proctorcall.com. We'll drop a link below. You're going to go to my Acuity Day Timer, and you can book a day and a time that works. And we can have a conversation about what you're doing now. There's a little questionnaire I'll have you fill in, like tell me a little bit about yourself. This is not some sales pitch or whatever you might think it is. It's about us having a conversation about where you are and where you want to go. And do I honestly think I can help you? Okay, I don't want failures in my program. If you're not motivated or I don't think you're a good fit, then just like Anna, we'd say, thanks for applying, but I don't think this is going to work. We spend a tremendous amount of time and energy with the people we work with. But there's a lot of you out there, if you're still watching this right now, like we're 40 minutes into this, that tells us something about you. It tells us that you're like Anna, you're ambitious. Anna drove 4.5, 5 hours in her car. She drove longer to the seminar than the length of the seminar. And she sat in the front row and she consumed it all. And she smiled at me and she nodded her head up and down, just like she's doing now. And I said to myself, here's somebody that was really hungry for success. And, as a mentor, you always want to make a difference in people's lives, but you need to have people that want to make a difference in their own lives. So I want to thank you so much, Anna, today. You're super busy. I thank you for, everything that you do. You're a great ambassador to the Craig Proctor system, and just keep up the great work. Just keep taking everyone's market share in Ottawa.
Thank you so much, Craig, for it's an honor to call you my mentor. So thank you very much for everything that you do, for creating this amazing program for people like us. You were my last hope in this industry, and I'm so glad that I came to that half-day seminar because it changed my life. Thank you.
Well, and it's people like you, that's the reason I'm still doing this 30 years later. It's as a coach, as a mentor, it's the highest compliment to see people have better lives and love what they're doing and be appreciative. So Anna, thanks for being Anna. I really appreciate it. I want to thank everybody for watching here today, or reach out to either myself or Anna. Let's have a conversation. If you really like this and you found it incredibly helpful, let us know in the comments below. Let us know what you thought. What did you learn here? What was the best part of this? But don't be afraid. Everything you want to do in real estate, it's already being done. It's been done by myself and Anna and thousands of other Craig Proctor members. Let us help you. Just reach out and say, hey, here's where I'm at. Maybe we can help you. Maybe we can't, but maybe we can. The best way is reach out, have a conversation with us. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching the Craig Proctor Real Estate Show again. And we'll see you again next time. Anna, thanks again. Have a great day.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
Bye, everybody. We'll see you next time. This is Real Estate Coach Craig Proctor.